Ladies and gentlemen, question number 5 here on the Accuplacer test. All right. So a store stocked 150 cans of popcorn for a weekend sale. That weekend, 72 of the cans sold. What percent of the cans of popcorn stocked were sold that weekend? Okay. So answers are A, 2%, B, 5%, C, 48%, D, 72%. So what are we doing here? How many cans are stocked? 150 of them. So that's the total. That's the whole. And then we have 72 that were sold. Okay? So a part of that was sold. Part of the total was sold. So basically that means you're doing what? So that means you're doing part. Okay? Part divided by the whole. All right? Divided by the whole or divided by the total. Make sense? Okay, so what's happening then? So what are we looking for? We're looking for what percent? So we're looking for the percent. All right, so the percent, that means what? So when we have the part divided by the whole, which in this case is going to be what? 72 is the part, divided by the whole, which is 150. Okay, but because we're looking for the percent, we got to multiply this answer by 100. All right? So because we're looking for a percent, we're going to have to multiply that answer by 100. All right? So let's go for it. So 72 divided by 150. So there are multiple ways of doing this kind of problem. So for example, somebody can just say, okay, let me just go ahead, divide 72 by 150. Squeaky clean. Okay? Or somebody could have said, okay, I have an even number here, which is 72. And I have another even number here, which is 150. I can divide them by 2, both of them, right? So if you divide 72 by 2, for example, all right, so that will have given you 36. And then if you divided 150 by 2, that will give you 72. So you're dividing 36 by 75, okay? Or somebody could have just said, you know what, let me go straight at it, okay? Let me go straight at it means what? Means I have 72, so that means 150. So let me put it here, okay? So it's 150 that I divided, into 72. 72, yeah. Okay? So how many times 150 can go into 72? 0 times. So you have your 0, and then you have the decimal point. Now you add 0 to this one to continue. So that means 150, how many times 150 goes into 720 then? Okay, so as you guys can see the 150 here, if you multiply by 2, so that give you 300. You multiply by 3, that give you 450. You multiply by 4, that give you 600. And then you just continue. Okay, so that'll give you 150 for the first one, 150 for the first one, so times 2, or you add 1 to it, okay? Or you add 1 to it, and that would give you what? You add 1 to it, that would give you, that means another 150. Okay, that's what I meant by that. That would give you 300. Then you add another 150 to it. You have 450, okay? And then just continue. So you add another 150 to it. So once you come here, so that'll give you what? 150 plus 450. 450 plus 150, that'll give you what? 600, all right? So quickly. So then if you add another 150 very quickly, you end up with 750, which is higher than this one. So you cannot go higher than that. So you're going to have to choose 600, which is actually 4 times 150. So I'm just taking time to do this so that for those people who need to review all of these, skills, so they can do that. But again, some people will be fast and just keep going, all right? So let's go at it. So it's going to be 4 times. So 4 times 150 will give us what? So 4 times 150 is going to give us 600. So now you subtract it. 720 minus 600 will give us what? 120. Now, we compared it 150 and 120. How many times 150 can go into 120? Can go is higher than this one, so we add 0 to this one. Okay? So now that means you got to continue with this one, adding 150 to know how many times it is, okay? Or you just know your multiplication table to understand that this one, 150, we go into 1,200 8 times, because 8 times 150, okay? So 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 5 is 40, okay? You carry 4. And then 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4, which is 12. So you end up with 0 here. So it's 0.48 as a decimal. So as you guys go into percent, so it's like you're going from a fraction to decimal and decimal to percent. All right, so that's what you're doing, okay? So you're doing decimal, so you're doing fraction, okay, into a decimal, and then decimal to a percent. All right? Our previous videos have that already, so that you can see. So this is what we're heading to. So we have 0.48. 0.48. So we're trying to get it into percent. So get it into percent. Decimal to percent just means take the number, multiply by 100. Okay? Or, so you can either multiply by 100, like how we put it here. Okay? Or, what you do is what? You move your decimal place twice to the right. So if you move your decimal place twice to the right, so what you end up with? 48. So it's 48% afterwards. Okay, 48%. So if 48%, so what's the answer that agrees with that one here? So it's 48. C, that's your correct answer. Okay? And this is what we have as a formula there when you're solving for percent in this case. All right? Thank you.